Jurrien Timber, Netherlands confirm huge injury blow as Arsenal star ruled out of World Cup. Dutchman missed much of the Premier League run-in. Jurrien Timber has been ruled out of the World Cup with a groin injury, the Dutch national team has confirmed. The Arsenal right-back missed much of Premier League run-in through injury, as the Gunners clinched the title for the first time since 2004. He returned off the bench late in the Champions League final, though, replacing Christian Mosquera in the 66th minute. He did not take a penalty as Arsenal were beaten in a shootout. Timber was initially named to Ronald Koeman's World Cup squad, despite his ongoing injury woes. But he has now been sent home, over it was deemed he had not sufficiently recovered from his groin problem to play a medically responsible role at the tournament. A national team statement read, Jurrien Timber misses the 2026 World Cup. The 24-year-old defender has not recovered sufficiently from a groin injury to take part in the World Cup in a medically responsible manner. In consultation with the medical staff, it has therefore been decided that Timber will leave the national team's pre-camp in New York after the game against Uzbekistan. We're all with you, Jurrien. Sunderland's Lutz has been called up in place of Timber, who has 23 caps for Duro Rana. The news of Timber's dismissal from the Netherlands camp was confirmed shortly after team news was released for Monday night's warm-up friendly against Uzbekistan, which will be staged in New York. Speaking on Monday, Koeman explained that Timber had impressed him when fit, but revealed that he had not been able to train with his Netherlands teammates regularly since joining up with the squad. He said, when he trains and is fully available, he makes a good impression. That has not been every day. The Netherlands have been drawn into a tricky World Cup group. They faced Japan in their tournament opener, before then coming up against Graham Potter's rejuvenated Sweden and Tunisia. Jurrien Timber has been ruled out of the FIFA World Cup with a groin injury, the Netherlands have announced. The Arsenal fullback last appeared as a substitute during the Champions League final defeat to Paris Saint-Germain. He will leave the Dutch camp after their final warm-up friendly against Uzbekistan on Monday. The 24-year-old defender has not recovered sufficiently from a groin injury to take part in the World Cup in a medically responsible manner, the Netherlands said in relation to Timber. In consultation with the medical staff, it has therefore been decided that Timber will leave the national team's pre-camp in New York after the game against Uzbekistan. Sunderland defender Lutz has been called up by manager Ronald Koeman as a replacement. Over the last couple of days, we'd already had the feeling that this would be the decision. In the end, we sat down with Jurrien late last night and again this morning, and unfortunately we had to make this decision, Koeman said to Dutch broadcaster NOS. With Jurrien in the squad, we have 8 defenders. Without him, there are 7, and that's not enough, so you have to make a decision. We had Geertruida with the squad right up until the match against Algeria, so it wouldn't be too much of a struggle to bring him in. We didn't wait any longer because his situation wasn't expected to improve anytime soon. Timber played around an hour versus PSG, including the half-hour of extra time before the match was settled on penalties, but Koeman did not want to hold Arsenal responsible for the withdrawal. You can't blame the club, and I don't want to either. It is clear, however, that those minutes didn't help, he said. If he'd only had to play one more match in the coming period, it might still have been possible. But a major tournament wasn't on the cards. He hasn't been fit for a long time, and still has symptoms that aren't healing quickly, meaning he won't be match fit in the short term. The Netherlands will play Japan in their World Cup opener on June 14th, before taking on Sweden and Tunisia.